All right, let's go. This is market analysis. I'm doing a market analysis on SPX again. As you can see, my name is Kadeen Shaw. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, social media, TikTok, Twitter at I am Kadeen Shaw, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification so you can see what's going on. So what I'm going to do real quick is a quick market analysis, not really an in-depth one, not the basic, but something a bit more advanced. If you guys want to know and see how to do this, how to chart, just like this, I can show you how to do so. But I'm going to just talk about SPX real quick. As you can see, the market is open live. I'm going to go to the monthly so you can guys see a quick top-down analysis on SPX. So SPX has been bouncing back and forth. So I can see that on the monthly, this candle has a nice long wick and it came back down. It's been coming up and down, red and green. The weekly is red. The daily is red. So because this is in bearish territory, I'm thinking to go short, right? And any position I'm getting into will be a short position. So yesterday, what SPX did, I had these two demand zones that I was waiting on. SPX came down, and let's back up. On Flash Friday, SPX went up here, and last week tested this supply zone that I had marked. This blue one, it went up in the supply zone, tested it. This was actually a triple zone. This was a monthly, weekly, and daily supply zone in addition to this downtrend line. I knew the bears were trying to come in from back here, which is August 8th. I saw this nice shooting star form. And, well, actually, I would call this, instead of a shooting star, let's call this an inverted hammer because it was formed at the bottom of this supply zone in the demand zone area. This other one, I'm going to call this one a shooting star because then it actually was a rejection from my down yellow line, trend line. Went up, price rejected, and started to turn around. So this is a top. Now we can see price coming down Friday. The bears decided to step in now. And now the bears on Monday, price opened up and gapped, opened down. So now this was a long push down from the bears. It gapped down to this demand zone, which is my turquoise line. The next day, on Tuesday, we have this nice inverted hammer. Let me make my candles bigger. This nice inverted hammer right here that was formed. So this tells me, okay, because we're formed, this inverted hammer is formed in a demand zone here. This is a slight bullish reversal. As you can see, the next day, bulls went up. And yesterday, the bulls went up. It went up to the gap, it tested, and then it stopped. Today, we have bearish territory. Remember, all the way down, I'm still thinking that bears have came out. So we're going to see some pullback, which you did see, but the bears are trying to come out. So today, you see this long red candle. That means the bears are here. So it tested the gap, and now it's pushing down. It pushed down past my potential low and my second potential low. So now my zone that I was waiting on, this turquoise, which is, again, is my demand zone, you can see it's pushing through. I'm speculating that price is going to actually push through this demand zone. But so far, the bottom of this demand zone is acting as support. So price has come as low as this bottom here at 4107, and it stopped. It's going to potentially, I'm going to see how it's reacting to this second demand zone here. It may be one to take this demand zone, tap it, and go back up to test this gap and fill it, but we'll see. We'll have to watch. The zone I'm waiting on actually is this bottom demand zone. So what does that mean? I've charted my zone ahead of time, and I just sit and I wait for price. I don't chase price. So I'm waiting for price to see if price pushed through this zone to come down here. I may potentially take it for a short if it's a 3-to-1 risk to reward. How do I know? Let me check it. So I'm going to do a risk to reward and put it on here and see if we have a 3-to-1 from this zone, this bottom demand zone, even though it's a double zone. So right here, I'm interested to see what price is going to do. So this is a 4-to-1 risk reward. So definitely, if price come down and break the bottom of this turquoise line, I'm going to take this position and I'm going to ride it down to this other turquoise line. But now I'm looking to see how price react because this is a double zone, a double demand zone. We have this turquoise stacked on top of this one. So buyers are here very strong. So I'm going to see if buyers are going to be strong enough to push price back up a little bit, at least back up to fill this gap before it come back down. So I'm going to watch it. And to watch it, just go down to the 1 hour. I'm going to look on the 4 hour to see what are they doing. Not really much, but I'm going to go down to even a lower time frame. So if I go down to the 1 hour and make it a little bit bigger, you can see that price came down and it tapped the bottom of the first demand zone. It came down here and it's supporting. So as it support, price somewhat gap back up and it's trying to go back out. So what I'm looking for, I'm looking to see how the bulls are reacting. If the bulls are able to push back out and go back up here, I may take it and go close the gap. But again, I'm still waiting. But I can see the rejection here. It's rejecting from this white line, as you can see. Let me make it bigger. So price is trying to come up here, but you see this white line here, it went up here and it's pushing it back down. Let me even go down a bit better, lower to the 15-minute. So on the 15-minute, I'm seeing this hammer formed right here on the bottom of the band zone. This hammer is formed at the bottom at this support. And because it's a hammer, again, this is a reversal position, so we can potentially see buyers coming and push price up. So buyers literally trying to push price up. But again, this is in a consolidation area for me. I need to see a clear breakout either to the upside. So for me to get into this trade to the upside, I need to see a close. I want to see a close above this white line, then a close above this line, and finally a close above this turquoise line to keep going up. And then I'm going to actually be using this orange line and this gray line and see how price reacts to these. If price is able to break through all these lines and come up here and close, then I may potentially take it up to the gap. However, if these lines are acting as resistance and price cannot break all of these levels, then that means I'm presuming that the sellers are going to try to keep pushing price down. And as you can see, look, they're trying to go up. As soon as price come up, this white line is pushing it back down. It's not trying to pass this white line. Even if I go down to the 5 minutes, let's look at it on the 5 minutes. On the 5 minutes and make it a little bigger, this white line now is acting as resistant. Price closed below it, so it's no longer support. The next candle up, it resisted, it rejected, it came up and tried to pass through it, and then sellers push it back down. So now I'm looking to see what's going to happen. So you may see some consolidation between this level right here for now, because it's now 11:52, almost 12 o'clock. The European market just closed, and typically during the daytime at 11:30, between 11:30 and 12 o'clock, you see some consolidation because the European market closes. So you may see some sideways movement for the next few hours until maybe about 1 o'clock, 1:30 or 2 o'clock or so, 2:30 area, which is going to be power hour. You may see now a slight move or a move to the upside or the downside, depending on what's going on. But right now, we're still in bearish territory. Let me go to the daily. We're still in bearish territory. Now look at this wick. You see how whenever there's a wick here, you see how there's a little wick going on? That means the sellers were able to push price all the way back down here at this turquoise line, like I mentioned, which is my ultimate support for my first demand zone. So sellers pushed price all the way back down, but they came here and they met some buyers. So when they met some buyers, what's price doing? Now buyers, you see they're pushing the price back up. As you can see, the candle going back up, and that's where the wick is forming, because now buyers are pushing price back up. So again, like I said, I'm just looking to see and watching to see how price is reacting before I get in. I'm not going to get into anything right now. I'm going to do, once I get off this video, I'm going to go ahead and do an analysis, because I'm seeing some reaction from this zone, the second demand zone, which I actually like. And let me go make it a little bit bigger. This demand zone is not bad. Let me see the risk to reward. If I go from this demand zone back up to the gap, let me see what my risk to reward is going to be. If I enter here, where price is already left. But if I enter to this gap, the risk to reward is 3-to-1. So I could potentially ride it to this gap where price is right now. So I may have to wait because price already left me. I'm not going to chase price. I want to enter right here. Even if I get in where price is right now, let me get up here. It's going to drop me to 1-to-1 ratio. So I don't want that. So I'm going to come back down here. I'm going to wait for price to come back to me and come back here to see, okay, if price come back here, then I may get in. And how do I know? I'm going to go down to the 15 minutes. I'm going to go down to a lower time frame, which you can see right now. And I'm going to make my short again. So my 15 minutes here, I see this again, this hammer. I like it. So I may use this hammer. It already retested. So that would be my retest. I'm going to wait for this leaving me already. If price come back and retest again, then I'll take it and go to the upside, because price already left. I'm not going to chase it. I'm just going to let it do what it do and just wait for another zone. If y'all want more of this, make sure you tap in, man. Make sure you sign in. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will give you a bit more market analysis.